Basically, the cost of being wrong is not the same on both sides. The cost of him being wrong is like, oh, he was wrong. The cost of you being wrong is that you have possibly scammed yourself and definitely scammed hundreds of other people. I don't know how that's not luring. What is your definition of luring if that's not luring someone in? Like, all marketing does that. So yes, like, you have this problem with the word luring, but that's literally what marketing is. This fucking intro slaps though, bro. All right, what's up? So I saw this video like a couple days ago by Kira TV, kind of responding to Arya's video. It was less of a response and more of like a first impressions kind of thing. And I thought it might be helpful to go through Arya's video, and break it down point by point, so we can really see why Kira had the kind of visceral response he did to a lot of it. I feel like a lot of people might miss some of those nuances. So if you're not up to date on the Earth 2 fiasco, drama, whatever you want to call it, I'll link some videos in the description. Other than that, please like and subscribe. And if this is useful to you, or if you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave a comment below. If you disagree with any of the points I have, if you want to leave a comment below and then we can discuss those. I want to facilitate kind of a discussion here. I don't want it to feel like I'm just kind of like shitting on everyone or something like that. But yeah, so go ahead and do that if you have any concerns about anything I've said. Other than that, I'm just going to go by this point by point, and hopefully we can create an understanding for why most people have very negative responses to these kinds of videos.
What's up, everybody? I wasn't going to make this video, but then Upper Echelon Gaming actually drops another Earth 2 hate video, and I can't resist. I have to react to this because
Okay, so he says that he wasn't gonna make this video because he didn't want to, but then he had to make this video because Upper Echelon made his video, which I will link in the description, and it has a lot of other links to things about Earth 2 and stuff like that. But the problem with the statement is, of course you had to wait for Upper Echelon to make his video, obviously, because this is a response to that video. So I don't know what his point here is. Is his point that he wasn't going to make a video talking about Upper Echelon anymore, or he wasn't going to respond to any of his videos? I don't know what his point is here, because this is literally a response video to that video. So obviously he wasn't going to make this video unless Upper Echelon made his video. It's kind of like he's trying to make himself sound like the better person. He's like, I didn't really want to go after this guy, but then he made this video and I have to. But literally, this is a response. Like, you can't not, like, that video must exist before you make this. So his point is kind of moot, and I feel like he's just saying that to try to earn some points and seem like the nicer guy here.
I don't know. He's so vile and vicious in his heart.
How do you know? Like, okay, that he's like ad homing here, right? He's trying to attack Upper Echelon's character to make him seem like a bad person. So if any of his viewers here don't know who Upper Echelon is, haven't seen the video, or just kind of agree with him generally, then now they kind of have this really negative view of Upper Echelon. And he's kind of poisoning the well here, right? Like, he's saying these things about Upper Echelon where he hasn't really substantiated that proof, right? He said he's vile. How? In what way is he vile?
I'm not sure, just the channel format, or he really is such an angry guy for most of his life. That sounds very
again. It's just more ad homs.
Miserable, but I can't judge. I don't know. So I'm gonna watch it.
Also, he's kind of leaving out a point. He's saying like, oh, he's attacking this product because he's just an awful guy. But there's a second or third option rather here, where what if he just thinks it's a scam? Which, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that that's what he thinks, but maybe he just thinks it's a scam and he doesn't want people getting scammed. Maybe that's it. So he kind of left out that point.
This video with you guys and give you my opinion on what he thinks about whatever he's talking about in the video. So let's look into this. If you don't know who I am, I'm R Realty. I am one of the pro Earth 2 YouTube channels. where I have close to $1 million in virtual real estate, and I make videos on the progress of Earth 2 or any metaverse company, cryptocurrency, NFTs, anything under that umbrella, anything I feel like talking about. So if that
Okay, well, so we need to talk about that. The Earth 2 um, blocks are not crypto or NFTs, right? Crypto and NFTs are built on blockchain, and they're built, um, at least in some part, to be distributed. Um, and once they're distributed, they're kind of immutable. But that's not really true for these pieces. They're not on the blockchain. At least I think there might be a plan for them to be, but they aren't right now. So you're kind of lumping them in a group that they don't really belong to. So it's kind of weird for him to combine those different subjects with these.
that does interest you, consider subscribing, smashing the like button. So let's get into it.
Yeah, and I should point out that things being on the blockchain is valuable because then you can sell them outside of the marketplace that's provided. So if you look at other NFT kind of things, usually they're built on Ethereum, and so you can sell them on marketplaces that support Ethereum blockchain trading, but that's not true for Earth 2. You have to use their marketplace, which, I mean, you can see how that might be a problem. Is if you own the means of production here and then you own the means of distribution, um, you kind of have like a really severe monopoly on this like object, and it's not so. The reason that blockchain and like NFTs and crypto is popular is because it's decentralized, but this is the opposite. It's hyper centralized. So it's like comparing like apples to oranges. They're not even close to the same thing. This fucking intro slaps though, bro.
Earth 2 is about to make me thousands, which is correct. It will make you thousands if you get into it.
Okay, that's a big claim. That's a big claim. He's saying that if you get into Earth 2, you're going to make money. That's a very unsubstantiated claim as well, right? 'Cause if you look at like the stock market, if you look at even crypto, nothing like that is guaranteed. It's not like if you get in the stock market, you'll for sure make money. There are very few things that guarantee that you'll make money, right? Like in fact, nothing is 100% guaranteed. Like if like putting money into like a 401k is like the most guarantee that you can have for making money, but this is like the least guarantee. If it's like 401k, other like founded stocks, and then like stocks that are pretty volatile, and then cryptocurrencies, and then all the way on the floor is whatever the fuck this shit is. Because when it comes to like stocks and trading that kind of stuff, that shit's if it's like a substantiated company, or like a company that's been around a long time, like if you like Sony or I don't know, Walmart, like those companies of course are going to have generally a pretty good return because they're known, they have a high market cap, and you're not going to make a lot of return, but you're going to make a return, right? So that would be like a safe, but you're not guaranteed, right? Like it could be possible that the money, like it just goes out of business, right? Like companies do that all the time. And then if you look at like super volatile things like cryptocurrency, um, I don't know if you followed that recently, but that it's kind of been going like up and down a lot, especially with a lot of the scams with it going on, or a lot of the pump and dump schemes and stuff like that. So, and then this is, like I said, this is even more volatile because it's not widely adopted. It's super centralized, where the stock market, it's controlled by the government of the United States, right? So it has a very powerful backing to it. Like what country has a stronger backing than the United States? None, right? And then if you look at cryptocurrency, it doesn't have that fundamental backing like the stock market does, but what it does have is it has a growing movement of people. And now its backing isn't a government, but this collection of people, really. That's why it's more volatile. So where the stock market kind of lives and dies off of like the government, cryptocurrency lives and dies off of the interest of the public. Um, Now this would be similar, except it lives and dies off the interest of the public, and it's centralized in that the Earth 2 company owns the means of production and the means of distribution. So if you're kind of screwed either way. So if you lose interest, if the public loses interest, or like whoever's investing in this loses interest, then you're gonna lose money because no one's gonna buy your stuff. And if the company is in any way corrupted or goes out of business, you're gonna lose all your money as well. Because if they're no longer able to support the distribution and the trading of these land pieces, then you're not going to be able to sell them, and all of your sunk money is going to be gone. So that's why Earth 2 is more volatile than either cryptocurrency, and especially more so than the stock market. And he's going to try to compare that to, normal trading, but obviously it's not.
But definitely, he's not shilling for it. He's probably talking negative. So, yeah, let's get.
Yeah, I mean, by definition, shilling is like bad, right? Like you don't want to back something mindlessly. You want to like think about it and be critical of it. Even if you love something, like a shill would be someone who backs something regardless of its flaws, and in fact tries to apologize for its flaws. So I think he's saying like, oh, he should be shilling for Earth 2. I don't know if he's just like a little confused about like what he means, or I think he just is. He probably just doesn't think about the word that way. Maybe.
Get into this video here.
Okay, everyone saw the title, so let's jump right in. Earth 2 is about to make me thousands, and it's about damn time. Lightning fast recap for anyone new to the story, and there's also going to be a playlist linked down below in the description with like 4 or 5 other videos. Earth 2 is a disaster that just keeps getting worse, and it's been fully documented not just by me, but by many other creators. So
listen to that part. Fully documented. Like they have some cruciating evidence that's, lock, stock, and barrel, smoking gun that it's a scam. But they don't have that. If you look at the other videos from these other creators, it's like Kira TV or like Big Fry TV or Sid Alpha, they don't have any evidence. All they have is their opinion. This is a scam because I said it.
Well, so fully documented, they just mean they went over everything that's available to like view, which is true. If you go look at their videos, they have been very thorough in what's going on here, or at least with what's public. And yeah, he's saying it's their opinion that it's a scam, but it's your opinion that it's not a scam. Both of these are opinions. You can't fully know one way or the other until someone's like arrested, or everyone loses all their money. Like you won't know it's a scam until you're fucked. So it's more about like the probabilities of these things, right? Like, is it more likely that it's a scam, or is it more likely that it's not a scam? And I think if you follow the evidence here, it's more likely that it's a scam. And I think that all of these videos have done a good job explaining that. And I don't think that Arya has done a good job explaining why he thinks it's not a scam. And hopefully, throughout this video, I'll convince you the same.
It is a scam. All they have is like they don't like the terms and conditions. That's all they really have. And if you look at every single tech company or any company out there, they're pretty much all laid out the same way. They're all legal mumbo jumbo and stuff. So no, they just.
Okay, so one, terms and conditions isn't all they have, but it is a big piece, right? And he says like all tech companies have the same. It's all just legal mumbo jumbo. That's literally not true, right? Because somebody understands that legal mumbo jumbo. It's fundamentally a part of the product, and it's not the same. I think these like Kira, Upper Echelon, and Big Fry, they've gone over that. Why it's not. They've talked to like people who have not, and why it's concerning. And it's not the same for all tech companies. And it's not even, they're not even concerned about it being a tech company, right? Like, who cares if it's like their technical parts are similar to tech companies? That's not the problem. It's their financial parts that are not similar to financial companies that are the problem. The problem is, if you go to like PayPal and you have money in PayPal and PayPal terminates your account, they're going to put all of the money that you have sitting in your PayPal account into whatever bank or card you have on the account. And if they can't do that, then I'm sure that they'll have to do something else, like write you a check or something. That's not the terms and conditions for Earth 2. For Earth 2, that if they terminate your account, they take all your holdings, all your money. You don't get it back at all. You don't get a check. They don't deposit it back into your account. They take it. That's the major difference here. The problem isn't that it's similar to tech companies. Who cares if it's similar to tech? The problem is the financial possibilities with the way that their terms of services. And that's not even the only problem they have. They've laid out like numerous problems, like the people making the game, the possibility of the game, the susceptibility of these things to scamming, the likelihood of these things as a scam. It's not just the terms of service, right? Like he's creating this narrative that they only have one issue. If they only had one issue, they wouldn't be making this many videos about it. Do you honestly think they care that much about Earth 2 being a scam that they'd make this many videos if there wasn't this much to talk about? There are plenty of other scams that they could talk about. Plenty. And it's not even like this is their most profitable kind of video. I'm pretty sure that like the Chronicles of Illyria stuff is Kira's most popular videos. He should just make more of that if he wanted to make money. So I don't know what his claim is. Or I do know what his claim is. It's just wrong. His claim is that there's only one major problem, but that's not true. There's multiple, and they've gone over all of those a lot. So I think he's either intentionally being disingenuous here, or he doesn't understand the other arguments, which, I mean, if you don't understand the other arguments, should you really be making YouTube videos about something as complex as financial possibilities on the internet and giving people advice for what they should and shouldn't get into and buy? No.
It's not a scam, guys.
Again,
like, how do you know it's not a scam, dude?
Unfamiliar and want the full story, and
and when these people say that it is a scam, they're talking about the probability. Again, it's most likely a scam, right? So let's say that they're arguing about the color of the sky, right? This is basically how their claims would follow. So this guy would be like, hey, the sky is green. It's green. Look at it. It's go outside and look at it. It's green. And then they're like, no, it's blue. I mean, if you look at how like the sun's light is reflected off the atmosphere, science kind of shows that it's gonna be blue here. And he's like, that's just your opinion, bro. Really?
The bumpy ride. The link down below in the description to a playlist. General summary, Earth 2 is a project that is meant to build a 1-to-1 scale replica of the entire Earth, turn it into a metaverse of sorts, and rival the likes of Ready Player One or The Matrix.
Yeah, and Earth 2 is not the only one doing this. This metaverse will happen. We even have Epic Games, one of the biggest companies out there, looking into the metaverse. So they think that this won't happen, or this is a scam, or it can't come to fruition. I said fruition in one of my past.
One, if I looked into those Epic Games thing, right, and it doesn't look like what they're talking about is the same thing. It looks more like what they're talking about is like a social kind of network between their games and their game engine. So it doesn't even seem like they're talking about the same thing. And two, just because a big company looks into the possibility of something doesn't mean that it's possible. And like I said, I don't even think they're the same thing, but that doesn't even mean that it's possible, right? Like, who cares if Epic Games is like, even if they were looking into something like exactly the same, they're like, oh, sure, we'll look into that. Okay. They're probably going to come back and say like, oh, it's not possible. because the all of the like professional game developers and stuff are saying that's not possible. And I mean, if you think about it, if it were possible, it probably would have already been done. There, you would need a major software or hardware renaissance, or like some huge launch forward to be able to facilitate something like this. Otherwise, it would have already been done. So either he must be suggesting that this company has that, and if they did, why wouldn't they show that? Like, that is the most vital piece here. If they had something that could do this, why wouldn't they show that?
Videos, and people slammed on me for that. And mass media online. See how I finally addressed it. I said that wrong too. You can misspeak. I am human. But yeah, thanks for roasting me, guys. All right, let's get into it.
Right now, all you can do is buy little tiles on Google Earth, or rather, little tiles on a.
And on that point, like I know Kira kind of roasted him for that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did misspeak. Maybe he didn't. I don't really care that much about it. Like, he got it wrong. Whatever. I've gotten things wrong before that I knew. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Map box satellite map of Earth. They get testy when you say Google Earth because it's.
Yes, because it's different. Google Earth and Mapbox are complete.
Google Earth and Mapbox are not completely different. Mapbox is strictly a set of software tools to be able to facilitate maps in like GPS or like whatever, like geo kind of like tagging or whatever you want to do using like locations. And then Google Earth is just Google's implementation of their own APIs that do the same thing. In fact, you can use Google's APIs to do the same thing that that Mapbox does. So his claim that they're not the same, I mean, literally, you could say that Mapbox and Google Earth aren't the same, except for the only difference is that Google Earth actually has like a frontward-facing product that they give to customers, where Mapbox and Google both have a set of software tools that are used to facilitate the same thing, basically. So they're like functionally, for what a developer would use them for, they're the same. They have the same tools. I don't know what his claim here that they're not the same is. It's false.
Completely two different things. If you actually research Mapbox, you would see that.
It's not technically correct, and sell them to each other for larger and larger sums of money. Example, the Statue of Liberty, actually just a few squares on the digital satellite map of the island where she sits, just sold for $65,000 to someone in South Korea. They can't do anything with them.
Yeah, that should prove to you that this is a real thing and it's not some scam.
Okay. Someone spending money on something does not prove that it's real. Okay? Look at MLMs. Look at the Save the Kids, Phase K scam. People spent money on those things, and they were a scam. This claim is so stupid. Scams fundamentally wouldn't exist if they didn't make money. What would the point of a scam be if they didn't make money?
Scam or something. They've been here for 8 months and they're not going away. Scams would have been gone months ago. Some guy.
Okay. Just because it's gone on for like a little over half a year doesn't mean it's not a scam. Again, look at MLMs. MLMs can go on for years. Why does he think that a scam only lasts for like a day? Like, sure, some of the pump and dump scams are fast. They're instant, right? But this company, every single day that someone buys something from them, they make money. It doesn't matter if someone pulls out their money. Even if people were able to pull out their money, they'd still make money. They still would make money from the initial sale of the tile. And then they would make money for facilitating the trade. And then they make money by confiscating people's accounts. So why does he think it's not a scam? Because it's gone on. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Maybe someone can explain to me how that would give him the idea that it's not a scam. Just because something's gone on for a duration of time doesn't mean it's not a scam.
I in South Korea wouldn't put 65 grand into something that is a scam.
Those tiles.
Okay, why? What do you mean? So people from South Korea with a lot of money don't get sucked into scams? Okay. That's not true. People from South Korea are as susceptible as anyone else to scams. Just because it's a large sum of money, maybe that dude's hella rich. He has so much money, he doesn't care. $65,000. I mean, that's a lot of money. So maybe, and if he's just putting that into something like this, maybe he does that a lot. Like he'll find something that he thinks is interesting and he'll put his money in it. Maybe he does that everywhere. Okay. Or maybe he maybe he is just getting scammed like everyone else. Maybe he's in the top 1% like you who will make money off of it. Maybe he has some like social media thing where he's also selling his code or like distributing his code so that he can make some money too. So just because it's a large sum of money, it could be inconsequential to how much he has, or he could have just got scammed as well. So that claim doesn't make any sense.
But they bought them for $65,000 from another player when even the highly suspect probably manipulated algorithm of the site itself.
See, now you're just grasping at straws. Randomly just saying it's highly suspect manipulated. No, it's not. You're just saying that because you...
Okay, I'm going to be honest here. I don't know what the claim about the algorithm is. But just because, like, no one knows either way if the algorithm, like how the algorithm works, right? Like you don't have the code in front of you. You can't parse it and you don't know what it says. So it could be that the algorithm works, perfectly legitly, or it could be that, upper echelon's right here and the algorithm doesn't work correctly. It is, in some way pushing the price up or towards people with more friend codes. I don't know what upper echelon's claim here is. Maybe that is more of a claim on upper echelon. Maybe he should have explained better what the problem with the algorithm is here. I'm almost certain it's in one of his other videos, but as far as him saying he's grasping at straws, maybe. I don't know what the claim is, so it's hard to say. If someone can explain to me what the problem with the algorithm is, maybe I can speak more on that. But unless upper echelon had said like exactly what the problem was, I kind of have to agree here that he might be grasping at straws. If you don't already have like insight into what the problem is that he thinks is there, then it's hard for me to say.
You don't want this to happen, even though it is a real company and a real thing.
Okay, that claim is obviously ridiculous. Okay, how he doesn't want this to happen? Yes, that's true, but it could, like, just because it's a real company and a real thing doesn't mean it's not a scam, right? Like real companies can scam people too. So like, of course he doesn't want it to happen if he thinks it's a scam.
And their terms of service says that manipulate the algorithm at will. And
actually, another thing is
okay, that is true though. They can manipulate the algorithm at will. Any company could, like YouTube could, Google could, whatever, Facebook could. They can manipulate the algorithm at will, which is a concern. But any company can really do that. So I don't know how much of a concern that really is.
The person who bought the Statue of Liberty, I believe they're on YouTube.
I guess the claim here is except that the stock market can't like manipulate an algorithm since it just like literally buys and sells whatever's on there. So yeah, that is true. Like if you're buying and selling stocks, you can't really manipulate it. So yeah, maybe that's the claim. If that is upper echelon's like actual claim here, then yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
YouTube. I didn't watch the video yet, but there's like a Korean YouTube video. I think they're all speaking Korean, so I don't think we can understand it. But I was told that that person is the person
Well, there's, translation software that you could use.
who bought the Statue of Liberty.
Don't guarantee the accuracy of the information presented on the site.
That is also a concern. If they don't guarantee the accuracy of the information, that means that they can willfully just manipulate it. That's true. Because I'm not really familiar with like Google or YouTube's like terms of service as far as it goes with their algorithm, but I'm willing to bet it doesn't explicitly say that they can't guarantee the accuracy, especially for a financial industry. Like, could you imagine if like Binance or like Robinhood said like something like that? Like, that'd be weird. That'd be really weird. I'd be surprised if that was in their terms of service. And that seems concerning because then they can just lie about it or just like do whatever they want. So
At all, has them pegged, all of those tiles that are worth $65,000 to someone, has them pegged as being worth $4,500. It's an absolute joke, but
it's a joke because you think it's a joke. You don't want to believe.
Well, okay, sure, that could be the difference between what someone was willing to pay for something and what like the expected value. It'd be kind of like if you look at like, I don't know, like if you look at those like realty apps and they're like, this house is worth $400,000, and then someone comes along and they're like, oh, well, we have multiple bids. It's like, okay, well, I'll give you 450, and it sells for 450. It could be that there's enough people trying to buy it that this algorithm is just not caught up. I mean, that does happen with some things, but what Upper Echelon is saying here is that this is like giving a higher evaluation than it really should, right? Which, if that's true, then they're kind of lying to you about how much money you can make. And if they're lying to you about how much money you can make, then they're going to pull more people in and get suckered into like spending some money because they're like, God damn, that dude made $40,000. Shit, I could put in a couple thousand, and then they lose all their money. And then you do that, 100 times, and you got yourself a nice sum of money.
Believe in it, so it's a joke. But that doesn't. No, it's not. It's not. You just want to hate on the company.
it just
No, like, okay, that claim now he's just attacking him, right? He's saying you just hate the company. You're just a hater. No, that's not at all. Like, you can't engage with like a claim in that way. He's saying this algorithm is suspect. It could lead to people buying things because they think that they can make more money than they actually can. It's lying to people. If that's true, that's obviously manipulative. So if we look at this for upper echelon's point of view, he believes that's true. So it's not that maybe he hates the company, but that's not the premise for why he's saying it. He's saying it because he doesn't want people to get scammed. So he's kind of just missing the point again.
just got worse. The funny thing is, the diehard shills and fans defending the project don't.
Me, right here,
Again, I don't think he knows what a shill is, dude.
defending the project because I know it's a real thing.
Okay, then why would you?
even think it's getting worse. They think it's getting better. And they think that people like me are either A, lying to you for profit, or B, stupid.
Or maybe you're both, Chris.
Okay. Well, so I don't. Okay, it could also be that they're making money and so they're lying too. They don't have to think that this guy's lying or stupid. They could also just be lying, right? So I think, yeah, that's like another thing Upper Echelon could have put in, but
I kid. I don't really hate you.
you can't keep attacking someone and then say you don't hate them. You've attacked him like 5 times and it's been 5 minutes. Dude, you obviously don't like this guy.
Here's one of the self-proclaimed leaders in the Earth 2 creator space, Randy Chavez, who will say it in his own words.
Don't be hating on my boy.
He didn't hate on him at all.
Actually, let's give him a better picture.
Disrupt.
There you go. It looks better that way. This guy has the skin of a god. Look at that. It's like perfectly brown. You know, if I wanted to get that color, it would take me like weeks. on the beach to get that color, and he is born with it.
Why didn't he edit this out? This has nothing to do with the claims. It's just weird.
No, but seriously, this guy's the most genuine guy you can listen to. If you don't want to be a subscriber to me, at least be a subscriber to
Just because he's genuine doesn't mean he's right.
Randy Chavez, because
And no, just because you don't have to listen to someone just because they're genuine, and just because they're genuine and you like listening to them doesn't mean they're right. So no, him saying, if you don't want to listen to me, at least listen to this guy. No, you should do all the research before you do anything with money. Don't listen to any of these people. Listen to all of them together and then weigh the pros and cons and then maybe do your own research.
I know that I can be sarcastic and kind of a jerk at times. So I mean, sometimes I deserve some of the dislike.
And by all the, I mean, what I mean to say is listen to both sides of the argument and decide which one offers more proof towards its claim. And hopefully with this, I can show you which side's arguments are offering more substantive claims.
Likes I get because I can be a straight troll and a straight a-hole. But Randy Chavez, he wants to be friends with everybody in the world, and he does not have a bad bone in the body. So
he's just gassing this dude up, like literally. So where he was trying to like assassinate Upper Echelon's character, he's trying to like show you, like claim that this guy's character is immaculate. So he started off the video by trying to say like, I am a authority on this. I've like $1 million in this. I have made a lot of money. Okay. And then he spent a lot of the video attacking Upper Echelon's character rather than the points. Okay. I mean, he did attack the points too, but I've already gone over why those aren't really good attacks. And then he spent a lot of time here trying to boost up another creator who also talks about Earth 2. So you see how these aren't really arguments for or against Earth 2. These are more appeals to your emotions. He's trying to break down the credibility of Upper Echelon through attacks on his character, and then build up other people in his sphere's credibility through compliments. So you should keep an eye out for that.
I don't know how Upper Echelon or any people can like really hate this guy.
So, which I guess is to say that's why he mentioned how good this guy's skin looked or whatever, because he's trying to appeal to whatever he can to make you trust him more.
The narrative that they had that was laid out for them, and you're disrupting everything that they believe.
You see that? You dislike this video. Like, why? You don't even want to like try.
Okay. Maybe he watched it already. What?
To understand this company or try to follow it. You just want to be a naysayer right off the bat. Boom, dislike this video. But you didn't even watch it. You watch like 3 seconds. Dislike. Come on, man.
So far as this game, because again, let's say they trust Big Fry. Let's say they trust Upper Echelon Gamers. Like, well, either one of two things is happening. You either suggest or confirm that the people that they followed either do not have their best interests at heart because they are
You just typed LMFAO. Like, that's the top typical troll guy. You don't even want to like
attacking his character.
Like, watch this company grow or anything. It's just dislike, like LOL. Like, that's a typical troll move right there.
Tricking them into believing something just for the views, just for the monetary funds, or that the people that again they trust and love and hold in such high esteem are just not that smart. Like, again, either they're tricking them or they're not that smart, and they were wrong. And either one is just going to be like, well, okay, your heroes are now they're made human.
I'll set aside the fact that Mr. Randy Chavez has a clear vested financial interest in pushing others to invest in this garbage, and the fact that he...
If you want to know, Randy Chavez is almost a millionaire. I think he's like 600. He's almost a millionaire. I think he's like over 500K, something like that. I'm not exactly sure.
So this guy said, watch out for Randy Chavez. He makes a lot of money telling you to buy the stuff. And this guy's like, yeah, he made hella money telling you guys to buy all this shit. Why?
Sure. But he didn't get there by being wrong.
No, he got there by selling a scam. Just, people get rich off scams. So, like, maybe it's not financially wrong for him to do that. It's probably financially wrong for anyone else to buy in when he tells them to. And it could, I would argue, it's ethically wrong for him to do that.
You know, I mean, this upper echelon of people can stay broke and hate on things and make whatever they make and, and hate on whatever, but no, Rennie Rennie didn't get there by being wrong, guys.
He calls his little army of idiots buying tiles Chavez-topia in order to focus on
Chavez Topia is actually a really awesome mega city that's going to be a real thing in phase 3 or whatever, phase 2.
Again, how do you know it's going to be real, dude? Like, it, if for it to be real, this whole entire company has to take off and get all the way to phase 3. So you're saying it will be a thing. It's not even on Randy Chavez. So he's saying like, hey, trust Randy Chavez. He's an awesome guy. Chavez Topia is going to be awesome. But it's not just on Randy Chavez, right? Who could also just be lying, and he could just eventually abandon the project entirely. It's also on the company who is most likely lying. Okay? Think about that.
Whenever they start building and start interacting with stuff, he's in Antarctica. So if you want to join Chavez Topia, join it. It's an awesome community.
on the larger issue, which is phase 2 of the Earth 2 project. Here's the problem. Anyone saying similar things to Mr. Chavez forgot to account for option C, which is I absolutely do believe what I'm saying. I am in no way, shape, or form lying to my audience. I will.
Okay, so he did bring up the point, which is he's not lying, and he's not stupid, right? He is genuinely just believes that it's a scam, and reasonably so.
See, he uses these words like lying and stuff like that so adamantly. He's not lying to the audience. Just because you guys have two different opinions doesn't make anybody lying. Right?
Yeah, but that's what you said. He's countering what you said, dude. You're like, not what you said specifically, but Randy Chavez, and you actually did say earlier in the video, is you said he's either lying or stupid, right? Or that was the claim, and you didn't reject that. And then you said he's both. So you did make that claim.
Randy isn't lying.
Continue to call the project a scam. That narrative is not dissipating by any stretch. And I
just want to say he's using the wrong term, scam. Like, a scam is like having criminals behind something doing illegal activities. Like Wolfgang Walk and Dylan So and these big names are not criminals. They have huge.
Not criminals yet. Also, maybe there's some legal, like, specific term for scam, but colloquially, everyone knows that a scam is where people lie to you to make a bunch of money and then you lose all your money, okay? Like, we're just going to use some, like, basic vernacular. We're not going to go into, like, this lawyer, legalese. Relax, dude.
Careers behind them.
I will make thousands of dollars in the process. Before unveiling how exactly I plan to do that, let's really dive in on phase 2, because for an update reported to be the final word in the debate of legitimacy, I really don't think Earth 2 could have done a shittier job. This big update can be summarized in a single word: jewels. Jewels are the entire premise, but when you...
Jewels are the start of phase 2. Like, phase 2 has always been, we're going to launch phase 2 in the first half of 2021, which they did, like, the day after, I think. So what, they're 1 day late?
Yep, they're late, but granted, it's not that late. I mean, they're still late, so him saying that they're late and them being late isn't false. And it is indicative of a problem. If you have something to launch on a specific day and it fails to launch on that day, yeah, that's a problem. That means that something went wrong. So, I don't know. Yeah, it was literally late. I understand his claim that, it was only a day late, so it's not that bad. Which, sure, I mean, of course, the later it is, the worse it is. But, I mean, still, having it late at all and without, like, really verbalizing that issue is kind of a problem.
Now, phase 2 will be jewels, resources, essence. I think a cryptocurrency is coming.
Okay, will be. That's the problem. Is it will be? Is it, though? Because right now, all they have is jewels, which is like a resource boosting thing. So their phase 2, I know you're hyped for phase 2, bro. I get it, but it's not really complete. They don't really have anything. All they have is this boosting thing that doesn't really do anything. It doesn't do anything because there's no resources. So they essentially what they did is they implemented something that does nothing. It's like a fucking sticker, dude. Who cares? It doesn't do anything right now. So you can't say that phase 2 is a success or that it's been officially, launched, because it doesn't do anything. That's the problem here. Is you think, oh, just they created something that they said they were going to create in phase 2, therefore phase 2 is a success. No, it's not how this works. One, if they had released the resources first, that would have been good, right? That would have been good for your claim, because then they would have been like, see, they're following their plan. They have a tangible thing in the game that they can that you can use now, and you can make money off of or whatever. But no, they didn't even do that. They gave you some useless bullshit to spend more money and get nothing from. And the fact that he can't see that, where these people are now making more money off of something that doesn't do anything, is the problem.
Out, and they're doing exactly what they said they would do. There's jewels right now, the start of phase 2, which will help resources, which are coming soon. You can see right in the grade area, resource wood, and what is that, stone and blueprints, and like that's coming. So you just gotta be.
I mean, you can't really. It might come, it might not. You can't really make that claim that it's like guaranteed until it actually happens.
Patient. I don't know why everybody's trying to rush and get something right.
No, they're not trying to rush and get it right now. They're warning people that this could be a scam, and to like, at the very least, wait for something tangible. But you're out here saying like, yes, buy now, buy now, buy now. This is like a tenet of like psychology, where like if you create this fear of missing out, then people are going to feel like they have to do it now. They're going to feel pressure to do it. That's what you're doing. That's what the Earth 2 company is doing. And, other YouTubers like you are doing. You're creating this fear of missing out that's causing people to spend money that they might not actually have to back up. Like, it could be their rent money, it could be their food money, because they think that they're going to get rich because of how you've lied to them. I think the biggest thing that you could do to prove Upper Echelon and prove Kira TV and prove Big Fry wrong is to just wait it out. When that thing launches, show them, be like, hey, look, we now have resources, and then whatever. But until it comes out, you can't make these videos claiming that it's not a scam, because as it looks right now, all they have is ways of making them money. They don't really have anything else.
Right away.
Hear what jewels even are? You'll see. Jewels are resource boosters that will eventually increase the resource production of the tiles that you own. One slight issue: the resources aren't in the game yet. I shouldn't even say game, honestly.
Yeah, they're not. They didn't say they're going to be in the game. So why?
No, that's not the problem, dude. The problem is that they have another way of making money based on the production of resources, and yet the resources aren't in the game. They've created an incentive to spend money on the game for something that doesn't exist in it. That's the problem. This guy is either dense as hell or he's lying, because that if you can't see the problem that Upper Echelon has with this currency, it's because you must be missing something. How can you say that's not a problem when they're finding ways to make money without doing anything? How is that not a problem? How is that not a red flag to you?
Hating on it.
This isn't even close to a game. It's a grand promise that isn't technologically possible right now.
Okay, that claim is probably true. Like I said, if it were possible to make a game like this, then it's likely that a large company that has a huge backing and a lot of money would have already done so. So the requirement to make a game like this would be some unknown software innovation or hardware innovation, which I mean it's probably possible. I don't know if there's like studies out there for like what's left that's possible. But if we're going into like Moore's law and stuff, This is probably currently not possible, infeasible. So he's not really wrong, right? He's probably right.
And won't be.
Which is a lot of these claims here, because we don't have any definitive proof one way or the other. So you kind of have to go with what's probably right, what's probably wrong. There's no way to know 100%. You're taking a guess here on both sides. It's just which side is taking a bigger leap of faith.
For decades, which is also being simultaneously explored by teams like Epic Games, who has an actual staff of developers. And
so which one is it? You're a hypocrite, man. Is it a scam? Is it can't be created? Or is Epic Games other people like making the meta?
Okay, it can be both, right? It could be a scam, and then other companies could be also researching this idea, right? It could be both. Like, the existence of other versions of this doesn't like mean that it's not a scam.
So you have to be on one side. Is it all a scam, or is it like come on?
Actual resources to devote.
No, that's not how it works. You don't have to be like all or nothing. You can understand that there's nuance, right? Like, why does he think that you either have to, like, you could understand that Earth 2 is a scam, and yet Epic Games is looking into the possibility of something like this. Like, why do you have to be all or nothing for the entire thing? That doesn't make any sense. That's like saying you have to like every single game or no games. You don't have to like every single game or no game at all. You can like some games and then not other games.
To the project. So the assumption that Earth 2 could ever or will ever compete with that type of adversary is laughable. Let me put this in perspective. Joule.
So you say in this video and other videos that the metaverse can't exist, but then you say the Epic Games and stuff can make it. So
no, that's not what he said. Like, this is what I mean. This dude must be so dense to miss the point. He's saying that if it is possible, then Epic Games is going to do it first and better. That's all Upper Echelon saying. So why do you think that he's saying that Epic Games can do it? That wasn't the claim. Like, he's missing it either intentionally or he's not understanding.
So what side do you want, man?
Those are like the gardening XP bonus items in RuneScape. They allow you to get more resources from the things that you do or the plots that you own, but they aren't usable for anything else. Except one small problem here. RuneScape is an actual game. Imagine if, before RuneScape even existed, they were dispensing gardening XP boosters and you couldn't do anything with them.
I really can't argue with this part because I've never played RuneScape, so I'm...
Okay, you don't have to play RuneScape to understand the point. He's saying, like, if there's something you can get experience for in a game, and but that, like, actual thing doesn't exist in the game, and then they sell ways of increasing that experience. Like, maybe I can put this into a better example. Let's say that Company X says that this massive new MMO is going to come out. It's going to be amazing. And then, without showing any proof that the game is going to come out, they say, we're going to start selling rested experience right now. Do you see how that's a problem? Or does that still not make sense to you?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
They weren't tied to a functional skill, game, or system, but the entire community suckled at the developer teat as if this is somehow a good update that proved the project is amazing.
So why are you hating on the direction of what the company is doing? So they can't put out...
Bro, he already explained why he doesn't like it. Because they're selling things that don't exist. They're selling boosts to things that don't exist. How does that not make sense to you? He already explained his problem. So, like, he's trying to make it sound like this is like another like attack on Upper Echelon's character. He's making it sound like Upper Echelon doesn't have a real problem with the game. Like, he's basically trying to make you think that Upper Echelon didn't say anything substantive. But he did. He explained why he doesn't like it, and then this guy's confused about it.
The gems first, the jewels first, before the resources? Like, would you be happier if the resource came first and then the boosters?
Yes, that's how it should work. You don't make a booster for something that doesn't exist. Then you're basically just saying, give us free money for something that we don't have to implement.
I mean, I'd like that, but I don't see why you hating on the direction of what the company's doing.
He already explained it, dude.
When I first heard about this, I genuinely couldn't keep a straight face. Setting aside the fact that RuneScape never said they were going to become the...
I can't keep a straight face at looking at your ugly mug. No, I'm just kidding.
Bro, you can't keep attacking him and then saying you're joking. Okay? Like, do you understand that? Like, just because you're like, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're lying, you're vile, and be like, nah, I'm joking. No, you're not, dude. And if you are, then stop doing it.
Well, actually, you don't even show your face. So, come on. I'll show.
Yeah, so okay, so now he's trying to say, look, you're scared to show your face. You're not really in this. You don't care. You're in it for the money. Dude, come on, bro. Some people don't like to show their face. Maybe he doesn't like the way he looks. Dude, it doesn't really matter. Just because he doesn't see his face doesn't mean that his points are less valid. That's not how logic works.
Show my face on camera. Where you at? Where you at, Chris?
Matrix, and they literally claim that on the website for Earth 2. We need to realize that this is like Epic Games selling V-Bucks before Fortnite even existed. It's
good.
like Rockstar.
That's a good comparison. It would be like literally selling like an in-game currency before the game exists. Literally is what it is.
Selling shark cards, but there's no GTA 5. And it's legitimately hard to put into words how unbelievably stupid this update really is.
You see that all that emotion that he puts into like lying and stupid. I don't know if that's a format of his channel or he's like.
Well, he's right. There is a lot of emotion behind it, probably because he actually thinks this is a scam and it's hurting people. But like he's not. So where I guess, Arya, where his claims are literally emotional, his claims fundamentally are emotional. Upper Echelon's claims are logical, but he just puts emotion into like the words he's saying, right? He's saying this is stupid because there's no real value in it. You're selling a in-game currency before the game exists. Like he like that's his claim. This guy is saying you're stupid and lying because it's an opinion. It's my opinion that it's not a scam. It's your opinion that it is a scam. I think it's not a scam because that's my opinion and I've made money. Those are emotional, right? Just because you've made money, well, I guess making money isn't an emotional claim, but it's not a substantive one. It doesn't matter if you've made money in the game because I've already explained that you can make money on a scam. But Upper Echelon is saying that is a concern. If you're finding ways to make money without having to actually do any implementation, actually having to do any real work, then that opens the door for the possibility that they just drop out. And if you think about it, what's more likely? Why would they spend time creating this in-game currency without the resource, right? So let's like in an ideal world, you would have either the resource launched and then the in-game currency launched, the booster launch, or you'd have them launched at the exact same time. So, but they didn't do that, right? They chose profit and making money over implementing something tangible. That's why Upper Echelon is concerned. That's the claim. I don't know if you're missing that intentionally. Again, I don't know if he's missing all these points intentionally. He could be, but it could be that he just doesn't understand.
Legitimately, I hate this company so much. Like, if you can see, excuse me, if you can see that on Twitter, I try to be friends with him. I could be the a-hole that just trolls people back and forth, but I tried legitimately to be friends with this guy, and he just wanted to just hate me and bash me and actually put me into his videos. So it's I don't understand why he has to be so angry.
Yeah, I saw. Let me see if I can pull those up.
Bro,
Who's kid?
money.
Okay, so Kira actually had the DMs and he showed them on his video. So Arya is basically saying, hey, let's make some money off of this drama. And then Upper Echelon's like, what the fuck, dude? I don't want to make money. That's not why I do this. I think it's a scam. So, like, I think that kind of shows more into the character here, too. So, now I'm going to make some assumptions about Arya's character, but mine are going to be founded on, like, his attacks against Upper Echelon. I think Arya cares about making money. I don't think he cares if he's lying to you. I don't think he cares if he's wrong or the statements he says are unfounded. I think he cares about money, and I think that this DM shows a little bit into the mindset of like someone like this. So when he's saying like, I DM'd you and I tried to be friends with you, he didn't really try to be friends with him, did he? He just tried to make money with him. That's not really what friends do. I mean, maybe sometimes, but that's not like the basis of a friendship.
Somehow, the addition of jewel resource boosters into an ecosystem where they aren't even usable is heralded as some sort of technological genius. But
They will be usable, and just have patience. They didn't say that this is all gonna come. Like the whole entire phase 3 is in July, right now, June, boom.
But that wasn't his claim, dude. His claim was that they're putting things in the game without any real value. That's his claim. So stop lying.
It's coming. Just be patient.
it gets even better. One of the other things that has been stepping to the defense of this dumpster fire is a new partnership with what was said to be a monumental and incredibly important company for the project. With words like that, I would think they just partnered with Google itself or got $35 billion from Amazon to explore their profound vision. Nope. The partnership appears to be with a marketing and PR firm called Vicarious. Now,
see, I think that's going to be huge. Having a PR firm projecting and advertising this company, because this company has already made thousands of dollars. I've made thousands of dollars. Tons of people have made money in Earth 2, and they haven't even advertised yet. All they've done for advertising has been on Facebook. That's it. And then I think it went viral when they had a TikTok in like.
Okay. So I understand Upper Echelon's point here. He's saying like, wow, so they announced this huge partnership, and you'd think it was with a tech company that would help them accomplish this feat, but it wasn't. It was with a PR firm. Now I can kind of I think that is a problem, right? Like I think going for a PR firm instead of like a tech company to try to partner with either suggests that you can't find a tech company to partner with you, or you don't really care about the tech. You care more about your image. That's why they went for a PR firm. So, I understand Upper Echelon's point. Now, going with a PR firm, financially, is obviously a smart move, right? Because they're going to make more money. The more money that they can or the more people that they can market this to, the more money they're going to make. That financially, it's intelligent. So this could honestly be a disconnect between Arya and Upper Echelon here, or maybe just Arya and what Upper Echelon's point is. Because Arya's like, no, that's great. They're going to make a ton of money. We want to make a ton of money. And I already discussed that. That's kind of like his entire character, at least what he portrays on his YouTube channel and through his DMs that were shared on Curious TV.
December, who had 300,000 followers.
So he's just going to describe some marketing thing.
He talked about Earth 2, and then they went to YouTube, and I think they came crashing into my channel. So when we got the TikTok guy and myself both promoting Earth 2, it went pretty nuts. So if actually a real PR company and not just random people on social media promoting it, it's going to blow up even more.
So, so that's his claim basically. He's like, oh, it raised a lot of money, which that's his claim, is it's going to make a lot of money, but that's not the problem Upper Echelon has, though. That's not the problem. Like I said, the problem is that it doesn't support the idea that they care about the technology here. That's the problem.
And this guy's still going to be hating up when he could be making way more actually promoting Earth 2.
Let's frame this properly, because I don't want the point to get obfuscated or ignored by the brain-dead content creators who defend this project.
That's me.
Okay.
That's me and Randy Chavez. I promote this because I see this going absolutely bananas and to the moon, just like cryptocurrency. When Earth 2 has a cryptocurrency, if they do, oh man, that's going to be insane, guys. Just look at Mana for Decentraland. It's going to be incredible.
Vicarious PR is not a tech firm or a developer team or any sort of legitimate partner that will boost the efficacy, validity, efficiency, or functionality of the platform. Vicarious PR is a marketing company who's going to help place better Facebook ads or Instagram ads and lure more people into...
It's not lure. There he is with his... I'm swore right there.
No, it is lure. That's literally what marketing is. Literally, marketing lures people to buy things. it is luring people. Like, so what a marketing tactic does is it influences you to go buy something or do something. I don't know how that's not luring. What is your definition of luring if that's not luring someone in? Like, all marketing does that. So yes, like, you have this problem with the word luring, but that's literally what marketing is.
I try not to swear on my channel because I try to keep it family friendly. But it's not luring. It's just because you don't like the company doesn't mean that
No, I don't think he's making the claim because he doesn't like the company, maybe, but that's just what marketing is.
it's evil or luring. It's just getting people to join the community. I love this. I love this community. It's awesome. The people I've met are truly amazing. Like Guidebook Gaming, them over there, two amazing guys.
The scam. In the face of overwhelming criticism about their ability to even execute the project, in the face of a developer, a known scammer who was hired by Earth 2 in the midst of all this.
Don't listen to that part. Known scammer, blah, blah, blah. No, it's a kid. Like, he's 17, 18. Don't tell me that you've done stupid crap when you're a kid.
Okay, just because he's a kid doesn't mean that it wasn't a scam, right? It could. What? Also, what if he was like younger when he did the scam? Like, it must have been only a few years since he did the scam at best. Like, I don't even know what the scam is, but this guy's not denying that it was a scam. He's saying, like, oh, he was a kid, he did dumb things. He's still a kid. How long could it have been since he did this perceived scam? So, I mean, just because it's a kid doesn't mean he's not a scammer. What?
The dude actually made a video game when he was like 15, 16. That's truly incredible. I couldn't make a
If that's true, that is impressive.
video game at 15. That guy's genius.
Lying on tape, saying the CEO
Also, just because you're a genius doesn't mean that you're not a scammer. Like, a lot of scammers can be super smart people.
himself of the project was about to launch a $3 or $4 million lawsuit against YouTubers.
That part, I don't know, maybe he was just like emotional, again, like he's a kid, and trying to, I think he was speaking in confidence to a buddy, and it got leaked to the media or YouTube or something. Don't tell me that you haven't been perfect yourself. But no, he doesn't have a...
No, that wasn't the claim. Okay, this is the problem. So he's Upper Echelon is claiming that this company hired a scam artist, someone who has done a scam before, and it's an exposed scam. It's a known scam. That's what he's claiming, okay? And that could be true. That could not be true. I don't know. That's the claim. I mean, maybe there's evidence in Upper Echelon's video. I haven't like looked at the description, but Arya's response doesn't make any sense. He doesn't say no, it wasn't a scam. He says, no, you haven't been perfect either. Who cares? It doesn't, even if Upper Echelon himself had created the greatest scam in American history, that doesn't mean that this kid isn't a scam artist. That doesn't absolve this kid's record of doing scams. So what he should have done here is attacked the claim that it's a scam in some way, if it's not. And the fact that he didn't kind of suggests that it is a scam and he doesn't have a way to prove that it's not a scam, so he's just going to attack Upper Echelon again.
Of being a scammer. Come on, guys. Don't listen to everything that you hear on YouTube.
For their
But listen to me, right? That's kind of what he's like. The whole entire premise of this video is I know how to make money on Earth 2. Listen to me for financial advice. That's kind of his entire claim.
criticism, and he's still employed, by the way, after that lie, and in the middle of a swirling controversy about the very legitimacy of their platform's mission. They don't partner with someone who can help make their impossible claims a reality. They partner with a company that will try to get more people to invest money. That's it. I need to say this as clearly as possible right now.
Yeah, if that claim is true, and again, there's not really any evidence provided, at least directly in the video, maybe in the description there is, or in previous videos that I haven't seen. If that claim is true, then that's a problem. A company who only seeks to make money and its service is like making money is going to be a scam, right? Like, even MLMs have like a product, albeit shitty ones. They still have a product, but a company that's only value is facilitating a like money exchange. It's not even like a stock market. Like you might be able to make the same argument for a stock market, but at least when you're buying and selling stocks, you're gaining ownership of a company, or when you're buying and selling crypto, you're gaining ownership of a crypto. In this case, you are gaining ownership of something that's not decentralized or backed by anything substantial. It's like it could just vaporize immediately. And even then, Upper Echelon's claim here is that all of their efforts have been increasing their profits through getting more people to join on. That sounds like a pyramid scheme, right? It doesn't, like other companies would try to make money by producing something else or getting more people to buy something they've already produced. Like if you look at like Coca-Cola, they would just make a different type of Coke, right? They would make like Coke Cherry. It's like, ooh, new thing. Maybe people who don't like normal Coke like Coke Cherry now. Or if it's like a game, like World of Warcraft, they'd release like a new expansion. Like, yes, here is expansion number 37. Come play our game now. But that's not the same for Earth 2. They're saying like, hey, you can make a lot of money on here. Come join us.
Massive technology firms with billions and billions of dollars can't even emulate VR physics properly in a small digital space. The biggest publishers in the world, with thousands, tens of thousands even, of employees, can't even create a populated open world larger than a few kilometers. The idea...
Actually, Nathaniel Dolesum, one of the lead people of Earth 2, have shown videos that this is possible. So don't listen to this Upper Echelon.
Well, so, I mean, I don't know if that's true. If someone on this project has shown that that's possible. So at this point in the video, it's kind of just like, well, he says it's not possible. He says it is possible. I don't know. So we could look at like what we could look it up, but realistically it's kind of inconsequential, right? It's just literally like, is Upper Echelon correct or is Arya correct? Okay, so you have to get like, okay, this is where the burden of proof lies on Arya here, because I don't know which video it is. I'm not going to look through every single video this dude's ever made. And you can't ask Upper Echelon to prove a negative, right? Because he's like, prove that no one's ever done it. How do you do that? Like, you have to watch every single video of this that's ever existed. No. So Arya needs to provide proof somewhere that if it is possible, that is possible. Because I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
People of Earth 2 have shown videos that this is possible. So
yeah, which
to this
video?
Upper Echelon guy.
That a team of developers whose previous experience is an abandoned early access title on Steam called Drone, if you want to look it up, and a known 18-year-old pathological liar and scammer can create a one-to-one...
Okay, that's a big claim. If it's known, I've never heard of it, so I don't know. Maybe there's proof in the video description. I haven't seen the video, so I don't know. But yeah, I feel like if you're gonna claim someone's a pathological liar, you're gonna need proof, and so yeah.
Replica of the entire Earth with fully immersive environments, buildings, resources, and now apparently PvP. It's insane. It is actual brain rot, and I can't even bring myself to do the obligatory, well, maybe...
The whole PvP, that's interesting. I don't know what that's going to be either, but I'm excited for that. I don't know what he's going to do.
How are you excited for something if you don't know what it's going to be? He makes a claim like he doesn't even know what it is, and he's like, I'm excited for it. What?
In the coming weeks and months, and then when Earth 2 has stuff coming out, is he still going to hate on the stuff coming out? Like, I don't understand. All of a sudden, resources are going to come out, and right now he's talking about...
No, okay. If some of the stuff came out, obviously he's not going to hate on it. He's not going to make a video about every little thing that comes out. Only if something comes out and it's suspect. I think that's what he doesn't understand. He thinks that Upper Echelon just hates the game. But that's not how it is. Upper Echelon thinks it's a scam, so he's gonna, whenever something comes out about the game that is like suspicious, he's going to make a video about it. Yeah.
Resources don't exist, and then resources come out. Like, what's he gonna hate about then? After the resources are already here.
Okay, then he wouldn't hate on it anymore. If it came out and it like was a full-fledged game, 100% no doubt the game was playable, people were loving it, all the resource stuff worked, people were still producing money, the company never went under, they did everything they said, he wouldn't hate on it anymore. Right now his claim is it's probably a scam. If it turned out that it's not a scam, then you won. You proved him wrong. You took the harder bet and you got the payout. Good job, dude.
I love following this dude.
Maybe some people just didn't realize type thing, because anyone investing in this project is either so far gone they don't understand basic reality, or they are trying to shill the project in such a way that their own investment grows and becomes liquid again, while others get sucked into the delusion. This brings me...
Yeah, that's what a pyramid scheme is. Like, which is pretty much what I described earlier. Is so people come in, they buy some things, and then they say, hey, come check this game out, and then they also give them their code. They give them a percentage of what they spend back, and then enough people get in, they're like, hey, look, I have these really valuable spots that you can come by, and then people spend a lot of money on them, and then now they make a bunch of money, and then they dip out.
Finally, to my own profit. I get accused of using Earth 2 as a profiteering mechanism all the time, constantly.
I think you really do, because you've got a lot of views and revenue and subscribers off of it. Just look at Big Fry's channel. He's one of the biggest Earth 2 haters along with you, and his channel grew, what, 10%?
I mean, so if you're making this claim, you need to prove it. Like, he's saying he made a ton of subscribers and a ton, like, obviously he's got 54,000 views. Yeah, that's a lot, but how do you know he made a ton of subscribers off these videos? How do you even know 54,000 views is a lot? He has 470,000 subscribers. That's not that many views for that kind of, he probably makes way less money off of this than he does for his other videos. What is this claim?
He went from like 200 subscribers to
and I think Kira talked about this in his video where he said he makes way more money off of other videos. So I don't know. Yeah, what's the point?
220, all mostly off Earth 2 videos. So yes, you're making money, hating on Earth 2.
So why not do it? Here are 3 merchandise designs playing on the concept of burning down this joke of a project, with a store link down below in the description.
See, you're smart. You're smart, my man, that you're not using the logo or the E2 logo, because you would probably get in trouble for that. But in the same breath, these t-shirts have nothing to do with Earth 2. Like, if you walk around and wear this circle,
if you walk around with a shirt that has Earth 2 on it, no one's gonna know what that is either. What the fuck?
On your t-shirt, nobody's gonna know that's Earth 2. They're like, okay, you got a glowing circle on your t-shirt. It doesn't relate to Earth 2 at all, which is smart, but dumb at the same time.
Description: Flaming Earth, grid tiles.
How can something be smart and dumb? He's just making a merch off of something that his viewers know. Like, that's what else would you make merch off of? You're only selling your merch to viewers. What?
UE logos, you name it. There are 3 different options, distinctly different, tons of different colors, and every single purchase gives me money and rewards me for shitting on this game.
You would make way more money actually promoting Earth 2.
Okay, maybe, but also that's the problem, dude. You think he's doing it for the money because of this one statement he said, hey, everyone says, this is Upper Echelon's claim. Hey, everyone says I make a ton of money shitting on this fucking bullshit. I don't. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's make some money because I'm tired of this shit. And this dude's like, yo, dude, you're making some money. You would make more money if you just shilled for Earth 2. And then, but Upper Echelon doesn't care about shilling for Earth 2. He doesn't like it. He thinks it's a scam. That's the disconnect here. Arya thinks he's doing it for the money. Upper Echelon's doing it because he thinks it's a scam. That, like, he doesn't like the project, not because he can make money shitting on it, because he doesn't want people to lose money.
You'd probably make 10, 20x your money.
It doesn't matter.
Actually,
you're missing the point.
Promoting Earth 2 to not hate
dude. It's the same thing. Like, he's like, you're gonna make so much money. You're gonna make. That's not his drive. His drive isn't making money, dude.
on it. Probably in just referral codes alone. Oh my God.
which isn't a game.
I couldn't
Yeah,
imagine.
so now he's kind of giving away his scam here, right? He's like, I make these videos and I give away some referral codes, and maybe not everyone watching the video gets them. It doesn't matter. Some people do, and I make some money off it. He's giving away his own scam here.
money. I would be making like referral code income if I had 500,000 subscribers. I mean, but
Yeah, so now he's admitting that he would use his viewer base as a means to just procure more income than trying to actually help people out. It's basically what phase K's whatever. Whatever that it's basically what the entire Save the Kids coin did. Like, some influencers shilled out to their viewers, made hella money, and then dipped out.
hating on this company. I don't know why. They have nothing. They're not.
Dude, how could you not? You literally watched his whole video, and I know he has more videos because he talked about them. So, dude, you watched his whole video, have probably watched his other videos explaining why he doesn't like it, and then you're like, I don't know why he doesn't like it. He could make a lot of money if he did like it. You just fundamentally misunderstand.
It feels like you have a personal vendetta.
Yes, because he's scammed. Like, literally, yes. Yep. He doesn't like that it's scamming people. Yes, he has a personal vendetta against scammers.
For this company that just attacked you, but they haven't.
No, they're attacking people not in like going after people sense. They're attacking people in a like, this is ethically unacceptable sense.
Monetary way, which is what they all say I do anyway, so why not actually get something for myself? Here's the reality. Earth 2 has missed many major self-imposed milestones and deadlines so far. Resources, essence, and much.
They really haven't, though.
I mean, he just named some, right? So they did. And you already admitted that they missed the deadline already, so
I think they messed.
Like, at work. So if you miss it, okay, at work, what happens if you miss a deadline, right? Is your boss like, oh, it's okay, just get it to me tomorrow? Or are they going to be pissed, right? Like, of course, if you know you're going to miss a deadline and you tell your boss, they're going to be fine. They're going to be like, it's okay, let's figure it out. But if you don't tell your boss and then you just miss the day you're supposed to launch, they're going to be pissed, dude.
Like one
You're probably going to lose your job.
deadline, which was the phase 2 start, which was supposed to be April 19th. But that,
yeah, so now we're in like a he said kind of situation. So what needs to happen here is upper echelon should provide proof, which again, it might be in the description, and then he needs to provide proof that it did hit the deadline, which I don't see anything here. So yeah,
that was delayed because excuse me, but that was delayed because they had this backroom deal thing with something they couldn't tell us about.
Well, okay. So I mean, what? If you're gonna delay something, you need to create like an act. You need to like release like a statement. You need to have like a full-on breakdown for why you're missing a deadline. Like, look at games that miss deadlines, right? Like any game that misses a deadline, they always push it back. They say, we're trying to implement this. This is our problem. Well, not always. Usually they'll say that. And the ones that don't usually get shit on. Okay? So use those as your example, bro.
I think it was involving crypto. That's my guess. So they had to delay it, but they said the delay is worth the wait.
No, if it was about crypto, then why wouldn't they delay the release of crypto, which hasn't even happened? Why would they delay the release of their fucking shitty thing, their boosters and shit? What are you talking about?
And then now they said they'll start it in the first half of 2021, which they have. That's the only
How do you know they started it? Prove it to me.
delay they had. Oh man, my voice. But that's the only delay that I had. It was April 19th. So that's it.
Much more. The project has warped and transitioned in order to accommodate popular trends like blockchain integration and soon NFTs. Except there's a problem. The NFT craze is dying. What started as a rapid ascension of
But it's not dying. Earlier in your video, you just put the Statue of Liberty.
Okay, I mean, yeah, this is a claim that probably needs proof. Like, are NFTs dying? I don't know. I didn't know if they are or aren't. But he's not. Look, he. Okay.
He sold for $65,000. I don't consider that dying. Do you?
Multi-million dollar.
No, okay. So here, yeah, again, here's the problem. Earth 2 doesn't use NFTs, okay? Earth 2 isn't on the blockchain, at least not yet. I mean, maybe it will be, but it's not right now. So his claim that NFTs are dying is not related to Earth 2 dying, which I don't know. Maybe Earth 2's sales are going down. I don't know. Regardless, if NFTs are going down, that would be a separate thing.
Dollar artwork purchases became a drop-off in interest and legitimacy. The market was invaded by minting startups and fraudulently claimed images. Earth 2 is now devoting a lot of their time and resources to capitalizing on a trend that's actively dying with less and less interest every single day. Instead of working on their actual concept, which isn't possible, they're working on flavor of the month trends to rake in more and more money.
So he's showing grids of going up and down. Oh, big deal that happened.
No, he's showing trends, dude. Like, do you know what a trend is? Okay, let's listen to the claim again.
Is dying. What started as a rabbit possible, they're working on flavor interest every single day. Instead of working on their actual concept, which isn't.
Yeah, so here's the proof that this is what I was talking about. Here's proof that NFTs are losing popularity. Literally, their popularity is going down. That was his entire claim. Like,
possible, they're working on flavor of the month trends to rake in more and more money.
So he's showing grids of.
Yes, literally, dude. Yes. How else do you monitor a trend?
What? Going up and down. Oh, big deal.
Like, it could be that NFTs are still making more money. Sure. That's possible. But that wasn't his claim. His claim was that the trend is going down.
Happens with cryptocurrency and stocks every single day.
Yeah. What would you say if it was going down? Would you say it's trending down?
Yeah, let's see you make a video when the stock goes back up, like the trend goes back up. Let's see that video.
Money in the short term, while partnering with PR firms to rake in more and more money in the short term. Their big update for phase 2 is not only late, it's literally...
It's not late. It's like 1 day late, maybe.
That's literally late.
Useless, because the rest of what was supposed to be there isn't there, and all...
They didn't say
True.
It was going to be there. So
didn't they? Isn't that their entire plan?
I don't know why he's hating on that. It's the start of phase 2.
Maybe I misunderstood. I thought their entire plan for phase 2 was to have this stuff launched with the beginning of phase 2. Like and then during phase 2 they work on phase 3. Unless they're working on phase 2 throughout phase 2 and then they work on phase 3 throughout phase 3. That seems like a weird way to break down your sections, but I don't know.
So you got the jewels, and then the resources and stuff will come. They didn't say all of it will come the same day. You should have read that part. Pay attention.
All this combined should signal,
now he's just being condescending.
With absolute clarity that the project is a greedy joke. Earth 2 already has a liquidity problem. It's just not.
No, it doesn't. It does not have a. You just made that up right now. It does not have a liquidity problem.
I mean, it might. I want to hear the rest of the claim before I make a statement.
At all. Where did you even get that from?
Catastrophic for the moment. When people invest money under their affiliate marketing framework, which is highly indicative of multi-level marketing scam.
Yes, which I described earlier.
By itself.
What? No, seriously, what? So if you have a referral code from, let's say you're hungry, and you're sitting on your couch in your living room, and you get DoorDash, and somebody gives you a code for 30.
Yeah, but that's not how referral codes for DoorDash work. With a referral code for DoorDash, you don't get to distribute it infinitely and then like get a percentage of what they spend. That's not how a referral code works. It's just like, hey, invite your friends to use our app. This is like, hey, invite your friends to make you money. Like, do you see how that's different?
30% off your meal. That's a MLM. That's a pyramid scheme.
Like,
that's
yeah,
what you
so he's creating a straw man, right? He's saying like, he's creating this crazy argument that Upper Echelon did not say. He said it's indicative of an MLM, and this guy says, is it because of referral codes? Other things use referral codes, and I already explained how those are different, but he's now attacking that statement, which Upper Echelon never made.
Much saying. That makes no sense whatsoever, guy.
They get cash discounts the further down they go. That means less money exists.
Yeah, that's literally how an MLM works. The farther down the pyramid you are, the less you get up, and it goes. Yeah, that's literally how an MLM works.
On the platform than was originally invested. When the team uses these funds, and this is the most important part, when the team uses the funds, and this is advertised as like a crowdfunding method or some form of early investment to fund the development of the project. So when the team uses the funds in any capacity whatsoever, wages, partnerships, ad spends, PR marketing firms, all of it, they decrease the amount of funds that are available for cash withdrawals.
Yeah, that's also the problem, right? Is like, so let's say you buy a square. I don't know how much the squares are. Let's say you buy a square for $5, okay? And then they charge you a processing fee of 10 cents, okay? Or whatever, like 10%, 5%, whatever it is, okay? That would be where most companies are like, okay, that's our money. But what Earth 2 is doing is they are using all of those funds to pay out their employees. Like that. So they're not using the money they're earning from selling the service. They're using the held money of the assets that people buy, right? It's like if you buy something on Robinhood, you buy a stock on Robinhood, they don't use the money that you make or the money that you deposit for their things. You deposited that into and bought stocks with it. Like those are, you have those stocks in your account. What they do is they have those like small fees on like high accounts, right? Like it's like 1% or whatever. That's how they make their money. They use that 1% that's actually their money to pay their employees and stuff. That's the difference here.
That is 100% inaccurate and not true.
Okay, so yeah, they're making opposite claims. If Upper Echelon, I mean, again, it might be in his description, but if he put something up on the screen that was like, here's where they say that, then like this would be like over and done. Arya wouldn't be able to say anything about it.
True. If you pull anything from this video, it's this point right here. The money that you get off tiles and you earn from other players and you make, like the Statue of Liberty, that is not part of the Earth 2 money. No, they get money from when you buy organic virgin tiles not owned by somebody. They make money off that, and then they make money. They take a 5% cut when you make a profit off selling something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they're making that money, which is how like most companies would make money, is off the top of something. But what Upper Echelon is saying is they're also using the money that is in their system, and that's why people can't pull out the money. Now, if that's true, that's a problem for sure. Also, double charging people like that is kind of insane.
Like that $65,000 from the Statue of Liberty, 5% of that,
and then putting microtransactions with the boosters is also kind of insane. But that's more of like a business architecture and less of like proof of a scam, right? I mean, you could use it as part of your proof, saying like, look, they only care about money. Literally every kind of transaction you do on the account on the website makes them money. Then you can see how that might be a problem. Yeah.
Into Earth 2. That's the only money that you make. The money that you get from other players and whatnot, that comes from like other players, not from Earth 2. So it's if you make money, it's like it's not coming from the company. Like there's no.
Wait, that's not what he said though. He didn't say if you make money, it comes from the company. He said if you make money, like whatever money is put into Earth 2's system, they're using to like for like labor or like for marketing and stuff like that. That's what he's saying. He's not saying that they use the money to like what? Also, you literally, what do you mean? If like they bought if you put money into like their website and then bought something, and then the person that you bought it from wants to pull that money out, that is how they'd pay you back. What do you mean? How else would they pay you back? How else would they have the capital to pay people back?
No liquidity problem.
That is literally a liquidity problem. If he's saying that they don't have enough money, they literally are using the money that's supposed to be like held for like withdrawals because of like how the money going in, and they're not using the money that they're taking off the top. They're using the actual money that's supposed to be held for the users, because they can't afford their employees and marketing. That's literally a liquidity problem. They are having to liquefy things that they have put into their terms of service that were already suspect. Like that's literally a liquidity problem.
Has already happened to some degree, either extreme or moderate remains to be seen, is that the amount of money available to be paid out has decreased below the threshold of the amount invested on the platform initially. We are actively seeing stories about withdrawals to bank accounts taking months to happen. And
that is 100% old news. That happened like 6 months ago. why is he still
Yeah, again, I wish that Upper Echelon put something on the screen, but
bringing that up? That is literally like 6 to 8 months ago. No, withdrawals are like within a week, a couple days, a couple hours maybe.
A symptom of liquidity. If Earth 2 investors went to withdraw in any comprehensive number, it would not be possible. If a sizable chunk of the community
it would be possible, like I just explained that.
Community demanded, give us our money, they don't even have to give it to you. Under their terms of service, they can just seize your digital land and your...
No, it's not like that.
As far as I know, it is like that.
Terms and conditions are for like abusers and scammers.
No.
Like
That's how. Again, fine. Yeah, let's say that it is only for abusers, but if someone abuses your service, that doesn't mean that you can just strip them of their money. What?
So it's laid like that, so you can just terminate those accounts. If you actually,
you can terminate them, but you'd have to pay them out. Or I guess in this case you don't have to because the way their terms of service is. Normally you would pay them out, but in this case they don't have to.
A real, legitimate, authentic user like myself or somebody else, you have nothing to worry about.
Well, you could be a real, legitimate, authentic user until you do something that accidentally breaks their term of service, and then you put $65,000 in the game to buy the fucking Statue of Liberty, and then you're fucked.
E-dollars whenever they want for whatever reason, which is like saying that E-Trade or Robinhood can just take your investment portfolio if they feel like it, which is not at all how it works. It's highly illegal, but
pretty much how Earth 2 works.
No, it's fundamentally different. It's fundamentally different. If Robinhood or E-Trade were to close your account, they would give you your money that's in their system. They would pay it out to you. But that's not what Earth 2 does. Like that, he's missing that point.
Now you're gonna take your stuff. Pretty much the same thing.
Somehow Earth 2 is existing as a investment platform with none of the regulation and none of the accountability. So that's like a whole...
Yeah, it's gonna be moving to blockchain soon. So then you have even that protecting Earth 2 community even more. What are you gonna say about that?
Yeah, if it moved to blockchain, that would help it a lot. But it's not on the blockchain right now, dude. So you're creating an argument that Upper Echelon didn't make. He didn't attack it when it was on the blockchain. He attacked it now when it's not on the blockchain. Like, do you see the difference?
Different can of worms. But anyways, if a sizable chunk of the community demanded, give us our money, it would be impossible to dispense. There are more...
It would be possible because the money comes from other players.
No. Again, he missed the point of the claim. This is what happens. I don't know if this dude's not listening or if he's just intentionally obfuscating the arguments here. If that is true, which I'm pretty sure it is, I haven't read the terms of service like word for word. I've only gone off of what people have showed on screen and what other people have talked about. So maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please prove me wrong. But if somebody were to, like, what they're saying is that when somebody buys something on the website, the company charges a extra amount of money, so when someone buys like a piece of land, okay, there's like a percentage of that goes to the company. And then he said that when someone buys something from another player, 5% of the profits also go to the company. Now, if those profit, like the 5% of the profit and whatever the increases off of the initial tile were the only things that the company used for paying out employees and paying marketing and other fees that they have, nobody would have a problem. The problem is that they're using the money held in the accounts of players to pay that stuff out. That's the problem that Upper Echelon has. That's the statement Upper Echelon is making. Arya here is attacking a statement that Upper Echelon isn't claiming. He's slightly tweaking it so that he's saying like, no, they're just using those profits. But no, that's not Upper Echelon's claim. He's saying that they're using people's money that's in the platform to pay out these things, which if that's true, then they literally would not have enough money to pay out every single user to date. That's the problem.
More e-dollars on their framework tied directly to player wallets than can possibly ever be backed by their accounts as a function of what was put in initially, without off-platform cash flow from other investors. And what does that sound like? When other investors are depositing money,
pyramid scheme,
that's being used.
What does that sound like? It sounds like the stock market, my dude.
No, that's not how the stock market works, dude. Like when you that's not, if you were to buy something on the stock market, you own that thing, right? You own that piece of a company, and then you can sell it back on the stock market. But when you buy something on Earth 2's website, you're gaining a piece of virtual real estate that's not backed by anything. I've already explained this, right? The stock market is backed by the whole economic power of the United States, okay? Like an entire country's economically backing that. It's highly, highly regulated. You cannot, in the stock market, just, like, it would not be possible for you to just, like, rip someone's entire portfolio away from them. You would have to pay them out if you're on, like, e-commerce or Robinhood or whatever. You would have to pay them out because of how regulated it is. You're buying a piece of a company, okay? On Earth 2, you're buying a piece of virtual landscape that's not tied to anything. It's not tied to the blockchain. It's not tied to the US economy. It's barely tied to the economy of this company that's been around for like a year. Not even, okay? That's the problem. Is trying to facilitate the trading of and ownership of a company, like an actual thing that sells services, and the other is just a virtual piece of land. Now, let's say in the future you could make money off this, then you could make a closer argument that it's more close to the stock market because now you have the public interest involved. But right now, like that company, even in the future, that company could just shut down immediately and rip all of your stuff. There's no legal incentive for them to pay everyone back. That's the problem. And of course, if the stock market crashes, then like people are going to lose money, which is what we saw at the beginning of COVID. But we also saw that the government also pumped it back up, right? So again, it's back, like it's secured by the government. Now, whether or not that's right or wrong is not the point. The point is that it's not the same because the stock market actually has like longevity.
Other people join after other people. Cryptocurrency, same thing.
But also, that's not the stock market doesn't work because people invite other people. That's not how the stock market works. The stock market works because people are like, hey, I want to buy a piece of this company because they're doing well, and I think that they'll go up in price so I can sell it later. That's not the same as people coming in because someone sent them a link and they're like, hey, you can get 5% off or whatever the fuck it is. Like, do you understand how, like, you're saying that the incentives are the same, but they're not. Like, you're inviting people so that they can get a percentage off and possibly make money. The stock market, people want ownership of a company because they think it will do well and then make money. So I see how you think it's similar, but those two things are fundamentally different, and I hope you can see that.
To pay back other investors who want their money. Like, genuinely, go over that in your head for a second and tell me what it sounds like. They are almost certainly insolvent at this stage already, let alone further down the line. And this means that when the music stops, and it will stop, a lot of people are going to lose everything they have on the platform.
No, they're not. This dude is so, like, he wants to hate on the company so much. I'm telling you, he's going to hate it all the way up. What about in like 6 months and there's...
No, again, bro, he's not just hating on the company. He's laying out his grievances. Do you not understand?
more stuff into Earth 2. What is he going to talk about then?
If it came out in 6 months and is like doing well, then he's not gonna hate on it. He probably won't even make a video about it. He'll probably just say he was wrong or something. I don't know.
He's going to switch his narrative? I don't think he will, because he likes to hate on.
He might change his narrative. He doesn't like to hate on things. You have to all right, Arya, you can't just keep attacking people and not substantiate it, bro. Like, he doesn't like to just hate on the company. He's laid out the reasons he doesn't like it and why he thinks it's a scam and how it's harming people. He's not just like, oh man, dude, I just love hating on it. I just love to hate on this company because it's popular. That's not what he's saying, okay? So Arya, please, if you think he just loves to hate on it, then you need to prove that, dude.
On things, but that'll be funny.
The basic fundamental premise here for Earth 2's profit is prolonging Phase 2.
They're not prolonging it at all.
But, I mean, that's kind of true, right? If they prolong Phase 2 long enough to get something out, that might also be a good option. Like, if they can make it so that the resources are there and people can make marginal money while selling them their shitty boosts to their resources, that might be a good way for them to make money too. So, yeah, you could have multiple scams in one thing, right? Like, you could have this, like, really shitty microtransaction set up with this initial, like, MLM kind of scheme going on.
Actually, they said they're coming out in the first half of 2021, so they did. Like, I think they're a day late, maybe.
I mean, there's only one thing out. Okay.
And then that's the start of Phase 2, and a whole bunch of stuff's coming. Jules is the first part, so they're not prolonging it at all.
Arya, I fucking hope, dude. I hope that you're right. I hope all these people investing become like multi-millionaires and everyone's happy and you guys can all just sing Kumbaya together. But dude, you got to think about like what's more likely to happen here. What does it seem most likely to happen? Think about it, man. Well, I know that you're not going to think about it because you've already admitted to being a shill for it, right? But anybody else who watches this guy or like other people like him, like think about it, man. Come on.
Cannot deliver their third phase, and any attempt at doing so will break the mirror. It will shatter the illusion, if you will.
That's true. As far as I understand, there's like, all right. Like I said before, if major companies are having trouble creating something even remotely similar to a full scale, like full physics based kind of world, then how, like, it's not even like they're not even gonna get like a 2-to-1 scale or a 4-to-1 scale, you know? It's like, come on, man.
If they try to deliver a 1-to-1 scale replica of Earth with building, PvP, whatever that would even look like, building physics, resources, and the spiderweb of intricate systems required to link those things together.
That's another thing, is people don't understand how complex some of these things are. Like, just building a system for a game, right? Like, you're going to need to be able to have that system propagate long term. Like, let's look at something like Divinity, Original Sin 2, or the new Baldur's Gate 3, because Larian excels on creating systems, okay? And think about how long it took them to release those games, and think about how small those games are. And what they're suggesting for this is a level of systems that would dwarf those games, okay? Think about World of Warcraft, how massive it is. This game would dwarf World of Warcraft, okay? Like, try to understand, like, these companies are massive. Like, Blizzard is massive. Larian is pretty massive, okay? And then this random company thinks that they're going to come out and make something that's like exponentially larger and more grandiose. Does that sound possible to you?
In any comprehensive way, it will become painfully obvious right away that they will never be able to accomplish even a tiny sliver of what they promise.
So you're saying that Epic Games and the other companies are doing this? That's all a scam? You're saying that the maker of Fortnite itself is involved in the scam?
No, that's not what he said at all. He said that promising this is a scam. All Epic Games said is they would look into this, and again, after reading their statement, I'm pretty sure it's not even the same thing. Like, they're not even talking about the same thing.
Because they're pretty much doing the same thing. So what side of the coin are you on, my guy?
and the entire house of cards
And
would.
also, even if they were doing the same thing, you wouldn't have to be on the side of the coin. Like I said, okay, they're not. Epic Games isn't promising that this is going to exist. All they're saying is we'll look into the possibility of it.
Likely immediately collapse. Their only path forward is to extend the time frame in which people are willing to put money into something that doesn't exist. String along their investors, onboard PR firms, get more and more hype, but never try to deliver anything real because it isn't possible.
These people and these companies wouldn't join this scam. Like, they're not trying to string along people.
Why not?
They have Vicarious now, and now have five.
Vicarious isn't marketing. All they care about is marketing for the company. Like, they're not gonna like be like, this company. I mean, maybe some PR firms might, but not every PR firm is gonna be like, this company is definitely a scam. We're not working with them. Some PR companies are gonna be like, yo, you got the money? Okay, we'll market for you. Like, why would a marketing company give a fuck?
5CA, the support company, they have these like 6-figure contracts with these giant companies and high
Yeah,
profile
again, yeah, because why would they give a fuck if the company's a scam? They already got paid.
people like Wolfgang Walk and Dylan So. Even if some people say that he's not the co-founder of Oculus, even if he isn't, he's still a high-profile person.
Yeah, but the problem is if he's lying about what he's done, then that's already suspect. People lying about their credentials is a surefire way to get people to like make people question your product. And I'm sure that if you think about it, you'll understand why. If you lie about your credentials to try to sell someone on the idea of something, then A, you think you need those credentials to be good at it, and they don't, so they're not going to be good at it. Or B, you think that they're more likely to invest because you think that because they have those credentials, and then they're only caring about the investment, right?
And he's actually from his lips saying that he is a co-founder. So I want to believe that these high.
But why would you believe it just because it's from his lips though? Like if things come out saying like contradicting that, then you need to like research that fundamentally. Like if you're going to invest money into something and tell people to invest money into something, you need to do more. Like you need to understand, like you can't just believe everything that this guy says, right? Like you can't just be like, well, he said it, so it's true. Like if you're going to put money into something, you need to research it much more.
Profile companies and people would not join some scam. This guy needs to stop saying the same stuff over.
Dude, again, just like I don't care, dude, what you think about these people. Just because you think that they are smart doesn't mean that they won't join a scam, dude.
Over and over.
There have been hella smart scam artists. There have been hella smart people who've got scammed, like on both ends. So relax, dude.
The longer they extend this current phase, effectively keeping everything in stasis to capitalize on blockchain tech or NFTs and get more and more investors, the longer they can harvest money from every transaction and the longer their business model remains viable. That music will stop. These tiles are not worth 65.
So what if he's wrong? I mean, he will be wrong, but I want to see.
Okay, what if he's wrong? What if Upper Echelon is wrong? Then he still made money off of his videos, and he never put money into the game, and he never got the massive profits that are supposed to come from this game, right? Now, what if you're wrong? Then you've lost your money, or if you haven't sold out by then, you've indoctrinated a ton of people into this. They've lost money. And you've also made your YouTube video. So basically, the cost of being wrong is not the same on both sides. The cost of him being wrong is like, oh, he was wrong. The cost of you being wrong is that you have possibly scammed yourself and definitely scammed hundreds of other people.
His videos 6 months from now. He's going to be interesting to watch.
$5,000. The public will not accept an ongoing claim of we are making the Matrix for the astronomical number of years it would take before that's possible. I'm talking decades at minimum. And a team of developers who literally hires proven liars and scammers.
He's not a proven liar and scammer. The worst thing he did was talk in confidence with somebody saying that the CEO is going to do something and he didn't.
Again, I don't know the situation here, but if it like, I wish Upper Echelon had just put something on the screen so this guy would shut the fuck up.
It's not proven vile mafia. I'm gonna destroy every company in my wake. No, He's an 18-year-old kid. Have you ever done something stupid?
Dude, again, just because he's 18 doesn't mean that he can't be a scam artist, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck, dude? Yes, of course. Okay, people did dumb shit when they were 18. People did dumb shit when they were younger. That doesn't mean that this dude's not a scam artist, dude. You do realize there are levels to how bad things are, right? Like something could be kind of bad, or something could be really bad. You could have gone and like smoked pot behind your school. Oh no. Or you could have scammed thousands of people out of thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. Which do you think is worse, man?
When you're 18, don't tell me you haven't, because everybody has, including me.
Who then lie on tape about the CEO of the company and remain employed. It's mind-blowing. While launching useless fragments of a system, not even a whole system, for resource boosters, when resources don't even exist, are not.
They're gonna exist. They never said they're.
No, his claim is that they don't exist. So is his claim wrong? No, then shut the fuck up. Why do you keep doing this? You keep saying like, but it's gonna exist, but it's gonna exist. But it doesn't, dude. You're missing the points here.
Gonna come like July 1st. They never said that.
Capable of making what they say. Earth 2 is one of the most incredibly idiotic things I have ever seen in my entire life, and if I'm going to be constantly accused of doing this directly for profit, why not actually get the money?
Then he drones on for another couple minutes. It's kind of dumb, but the dude doesn't even put his face on camera, so it's you can't really.
He's attacking his character again, saying, oh, he doesn't put his face on camera, so you can't trust him. Having your face on camera has nothing to do with how trustworthy you are. It doesn't matter if your face is on camera or not. All that matters is the words you're using, okay?
Listen to anything that he says, but he hates this company so much. I don't know why.
This directly for profit, why not actually get the money?
Then he drones on for another couple minutes. It's kind of dumb, but the dude doesn't even put his face on camera, so it's you can't really listen to anything that he says, but he hates this.
Why?
Get the money.
Then he drones on for another couple minutes. It's kind of dumb, but the dude doesn't even put his face on camera, so it's you can't really listen to anything that he says, but he hates this company so much. I don't know why he wants to destroy his YouTube career over a company that he doesn't like. I don't understand.
Okay, one, just because you don't put your face on camera doesn't mean that people shouldn't listen to what you say. Like, your face on camera has nothing to do with the validity of your statement, so that means fuck all. So I don't know what that point was. So again, just trying to attack his character. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, if you're like listening to this and you're like, yeah, he doesn't show his face. Like, why does that matter to you? Why do you care if he shows his face or not? And then again, he's already explained why he hates the company. He hates the company because it's scamming people, or at least he thinks it's scamming people. It's not that hard to figure out, dude.
How long did it take you to get 500 subscribers?
Also, the claim that he's gonna nuke his YouTube channel if he's wrong. Why would that nuke his YouTube channel, bro? In 6 months or however long it's gonna take for this to be proven wrong, which is, like he said, dude, if this is possible, it's probably like decades before something like that's possible. Like, his viewers aren't even gonna fucking remember that shit.
Like 5-6 years? Why would you lose that because you hate a company so much?
He's not gonna lose it, bro.
Talking about like his Twitter. His Twitter got suspended because he just spews negativity all the time. So why would...
Now, I don't remember exactly what Kira said, but he talked about why Upper Echelon's Twitter got suspended. And he like put the proofs in there. So go ahead and go watch Kira's video for that part. This guy is wrong about that, but whatever.
When your YouTube gets suspended as well. I don't want...
Also, YouTube, it's not like YouTube and Twitter are like, yo, did you ban Upper Echelon? Yeah, I did. He was talking mad fucking shit, bro. Mad shit. You know what, dude? I'm gonna ban him too. That's not how these companies work. What are you talking about?
I want to bring up politics, but look at Donald Trump. He lost all his social media networks because he was talking crazy and negative and stuff. Why can't that happen to you?
Okay, Donald Trump lost all of his social media privileges because he was doing that on every platform. It wasn't like he got banned on Twitter, so then YouTube's like, oh, they banned him on Twitter, I'm gonna ban him. Facebook's like, oh, they banned him on YouTube, I'm going to ban him. No, that's not what happened. On every platform, he broke their terms of service. That's what happened. And they don't have, believe it or not, YouTube and Twitter have different terms of services. So it could be that something on Twitter is against the rules and it's not against the rules on YouTube, okay? Also, I'm pretty sure you have to go watch Kira's video again, but he didn't get banned because he was saying negative things.
Like these companies talk. I'm just saying. You lose your Twitter, you could lose your YouTube, and then all of a sudden you lost your career because you hate a company. I hate stuff too, but I don't drone on YouTube talking about stuff I hate.
Earth 2 is about to make me
What do you mean? You just made a video roasting this dude for 35 minutes. You literally just did what you said you don't do.
thousands of dollars, and hopefully everyone who orders will be happy with the very real product that is being sent in return.
It doesn't even look like Earth 2, so I wouldn't even buy it.
No, see, that's kind of funny though, right? He's saying like, ha, I'm selling a real product. My product is more valuable. Like that's what he's saying, and then this guy's like, doesn't even look like Earth 2. Dude, come on. Like anybody who watches Upper Echelon is gonna know what that fucking is, dude.
I mean, that's smart, like I said before, because you probably get sued for a trademark infringement or something, but it doesn't even look like Earth 2, so it's pointless to even buy it.
Again, links down below.
No, dude, the point is because it's Upper Echelon and he's roasting it. Like that's the point. Like anybody who watches Upper Echelon is gonna get it. Anyone outside that's not gonna get it. Same with Earth 2. Like anybody who's in Earth 2 would probably get it too because they hate this guy.
The shirts can be bought for 20% off today only for the next 24 hours to celebrate everyone who gets to the video early. Code day1. After that, normal price, and all the profits, all of them, go to me.
This guy, so snarky, but I love it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's this guy just wants to hate on this company for no reason.
There's a fucking litany of reasons in that entire video. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This video is over. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, if you disagree with anything I said, leave a comment. Tell me why you disagree. Lay out your argument. I'll respond to it. And I want to open up a dialogue. Like I want to understand why people believe this guy, why people think Earth 2 is a good idea, etc., etc. So go ahead, leave a comment. If you agreed with me, go ahead and like and subscribe. I hope this video was helpful to some people. And I'll leave links for this video, the Upper Echelon video, and the Kira video in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.